Hello, welcome to the Horror of It All movie podcast. I'm Eric. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about some pickups that I got, as well as my current Severin package that I just had come. And I might as well just dive right into that. I also, right at the top, wanted to let everybody know, I'll mention it again at the end probably, be on the lookout next week for some more videos, or by the time I post this, probably the same week, once it's done editing and everything. But I have a Vinegar Syndrome video that I'm going to be doing. It's a what I've been watching. If anybody has been following my channel, that's when I do my video about, well, like the title says, what I've been watching. And that one's going to be a Vinegar Syndrome edition, as well as I'll talk about some recommendations, and I think I'm gonna do also throw in my top 5, or maybe even probably top 10 Peakorama releases. So that'll be all in one video. Be on the lookout for that right before the Halfway to Black Friday sale. So yeah, I will also have out a new what I've been watching, just a general one, and I think I'll also have another video out of be on the lookout for a Cauldron video. I got the City of the Living Dead 4K finally. I know it's been out for a little while, but mine got held back for Frankenstein 80. So I'll be talking about those. But today, right now, on this video, we are going to be talking about a few releases from Severin. What did everybody think about their most recent announcement? It's been a little bit now, not too much, but they finally, kudos to them, finally were able to finish what they've been talking about for years, the Black Emmanuel box set. And I got that as soon as I could pre-order it. But this is not that. This is something different. We have Alien from the Abyss. I don't have too many pickups other than these that I'm going to talk about today, but there's definitely a few. All right. Perhaps one of, what does that say? Marighetti's, I think is what it says. Best Films. That's the director. Although it says Anthony M. Dawson. So when they did their whole Italian directors talking about doing for American releases, American more sounding names. This is the first authorized U.S. release of this movie. Definitely looks intriguing. It delivers the giant creature goods, says Graveyard Cinema. For one of the final films of the legendary career of the director Antonio Margheriti. Oh, duh! Antonio Margheriti. Yeah. Of Castle of Blood, War of the Planets, and Cannibal Apocalypse fame. Headed to the Philippines to deliver the perfect 80s Italian popcorn flick, says Mondo Digital. It's kind of weird how Severin does their stuff, how they word things, but hey, you do you. Because they always put in quotes and stuff, which is cool, it's fine. When environment activists attempt to expose the evil corruption led by Charles Napper of Super Vixens and Rambo First Blood 2 fame, dumping nuclear waste into the local volcano, they'll instead discover graphic gore, exploding miniatures, and a rampaging full-scale Kawaji, I'm probably saying that completely wrong, I apologize, style creature that remains one of the most bizarre-looking monsters ever created, says the Bloody Pit of Horror. Luciano Pigozzi of Strike Commando co-stars in a hella entertaining monster movie, says Schmollywood Babylon. Written by this Tito Carpi, who also wrote Raiders of Atlantis, Now scanned in 4K from the original negative, with special features that include North American premiere of the 2013 documentary on Margheriti, which is awesome. I had actually forgot about that. So that's pretty awesome. It also has Italian and English audio. And for those wondering, it is locked. It is just A, but as I always say, I know it feels like something that would be a big thing, and it is definitely, but you'll thank yourself, especially if you are big into movies and getting movies and collecting movies. And sometimes there's movies that you're going to really want from overseas, and or vice versa, wherever you are, that I know a lot of people say it, and I know a lot of people get annoyed by it that aren't all region, but you will thank yourself. I promise you that, especially if you're super into movies. If you don't think it's something for you and you keep second guessing it, maybe not for you, but yeah, this sounds really good. Alien from the Abyss. It also had multiple titles they talked about on the podcast. It also has interview with Edoardo Margheriti. Dorado. That's what it says. That was like to me. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Not good with names. And then an interview with director. So there's 2 interviews with him. Okay. And then the documentary, The Outsider, with Antonio Margheriti. Alien from the Abyss. Pretty sweet. This is something that I don't even remember if I've ever even heard about it, but David Gregory was raving about it, and I saw some stuff on it, some like clips and stuff, and it looks like it is going to be a blast. It's Bad News. The complete comic strip presents Channel 4 films. Nearly 20 hours of legendary UK comedy and special features on 3 discs. I got the bundle. I didn't say that first. I got the bundle with just the disc, not the extra stuff, in case you're curious. But yeah, I don't know if anybody does check out the Severin Films podcast. If you don't, and you do like Severin, I highly recommend it. It's a great podcast. Their last one was very long, but very worth it. But you're going to have that with a box set as massive as Black Emmanuel. But the complete comic strip presents. That's what it is right there. Featuring Bad News Tour and Mr. Jolly Lives Next Door. It also has Jennifer Saunders in it of Absolutely Fabulous fame, so I am all for that. I heard something about, did she do, I think she did, yeah, definitely. I believe this initially was before, like, Absolutely Fabulous, and maybe something, I swear David Gregory said something about, like, pre-French and Saunders, or something that influenced doing French and Saunders, something along those lines, which is very interesting if you know anything about those. Legendary comedy, anarchic, punk-esque, and hurricane of creativity, the comic strip presents was a staple for alternative souls. 24 episodes and specials on 3 discs with 4 hours of bonus features. They were the pioneering 80s comedy trope, which included, and I'm not going to go through all their names, but it did have Don French and Jennifer Saunders in it, which that's makes sense if that's what I'm thinking. And then all the other people, Adrian, I'm terrible with names, so I'm not going to read them. Whose series of short films from Britain's Channel 4 directly to the young ones, Absolutely Fabulous, and I'm going to read that again. Let's see. Which series of short films for Britain's Channel 4 led directly to the young ones? I knew there was a connection there, too. I was just going to say that. Absolutely Fabulous in the entire UK alt comedy movement. This 3-disc collection now presents all 3 seasons, 5 specials of the comic strip presents, including the legendary mockumentary Bad News Tour. Its sequel, More Bad News, features appearances by Lemmy, Ozzy, and Def Leppard. The classic Mr. Jolly Lives Next Door, directed by 2-time Oscar nominee Stephen Freers. That's a hard thing. That sounds like it's a hard word to say. Now scanned in 2K from the 16mm print, plus more than 4 hours of special features. They say that quite a bit on the back here, including all new documentary. Timeless hilarity. The writing and performances in each episode are sharp, witty, and absolute, and the absolute of modern British humor. I am very excited to dive into this, and as soon as I do, I will let you guys know what I thought of it. Because I am not familiar with this, but I ironically am familiar with all the stuff that it influenced, so that's interesting. But yeah, it does include that documentary, like I said. It also has a short film called The Comic Strip, 30 Years of Comic Strip, which is an hour and a half, or actually an hour and 36 minutes. Bad News, The Whole Sordid Story, Bad News, Bohemian Rhapsody music video, behind the scenes of Bohemian Rhapsody, more Bad News, tour stories, Bad News photo gallery, series trailer. This is something else. 895 minutes. I am super excited to dive into this. I love that Severin is... I just love their whole aesthetic, you know. Bad News provides more belly laughs than Spinal Tap, says NME. And that's the back. That's when they're as the band. But yeah, I always have. As I've said, Vinegar Syndrome is probably my favorite. It is my favorite label, but and I love what they do too. Of course, they have their own thing. They have their own niche. That's why in my next video I'm going to be talking about this. Or no, about how Brad Henderson and Graveface, they do Terror Vision, have said that they don't really have their own thing. And they're just here, there, and everywhere. Be it new movies, old movies, movies shot on video, whatever. Like, there's no specific thing. It's not just film, like Vinegar Syndrome, blah, blah, blah. And I think that is their thing, in a way, you know what I mean? To not have a thing. Anyway, the one that I was the most excited for, awesome, before I say that, this sticker is thicker than usual, I think. I have multiple colors of stickers, but I think this looks the best. I love that sticker. My past couple packages, I haven't had a sticker, but this is the one I like the most. Anyway, the infamous Extraterrestrial Visitors. I have never seen this, but I've heard a lot about it. It is from director Juan Piquer Simon of Pieces fame, one of my all-time favorite movies. I don't know if you can see that. It just looks like a scratch that says Pieces. Sometime, I don't know why I never thought of this. I should do a Pieces video. And why I say that is because I have it on most formats, as well as 12-ish. I have like 12 shirts, roughly, long sleeve shirts. I have I have posters. I'm probably forgetting something, but I have a lot of Pieces stuff. One of my absolute favorite movies of all time. Bit of an obsession, and I'm fine with that. But anyway, back to this. Extraterrestrial Visitors. This is supposed to be quite the ripoff of E.T., which is kind of ironic because the thing I show next has to do with E.T. So it goes right into it. Bizarreness that stands apart. It wasn't the only film to try and capitalize off E.T., but it was probably the strangest. That's from Talking Pulp. Worldwide Blu-ray premiere of the director's cut. From Juan Piquer Simon, the infamous writer-director of Pieces and Slugs, comes the restored director's cut of the French-Spanish co-production that remains I skipped a line. The most significantly screwy E.T. influenced film in Eurocult history. Now, I almost wish, and I wasn't able to, but I almost wish I did get the bigger bundle because I would have liked to get the Trumpy thing that is like it is the alien, but it has like I don't know how well you can see that there. Oh, pretty good. That's him, and it looks like he has like an anteater nose. I'm so excited for this. Where was I? When snorkel-nosed furry aliens arrive on Earth, they'll encounter a foggy wilderness filled with psychopathic Poachers, Simon's twisted vision of what an 80s American rock band looks and sounds like, bizarre bursts of violence and pathos, and the boy who befriends the blue-eyed extraterrestrial he names Trumpy. A discovering movie beyond Mystery Science Theater 3000. A very, very weird film, says Through the Shattered Lens. Also known in various versions as Return of the E.T., The Unearthing, and Pod People, featuring a 4K scan from the 35mm negative and special features that include a full-length documentary on the director. Endlessly enduring, never boring, absolutely bonkers, says Video Basement. So yeah, as said, it has the documentary, the Simone's Jigsaw, a journey into the universe of Juan Piquer Simone, A Weekend in Hell, interview with director Emilio Linder, Composing the Cosmos, interview with the soundtrack composer Librado Pastor, a private concert from how do you say his name? Librado Pastor, that's, I guess. Alternate Pod People credits, as well as the soundtrack CD. Does this have, it does have a reverse. I don't know what I like better. I think I kind of like this better. That's the reverse. I'll leave it like this for now, but I would say out of all of these, as excited as I am for Bad News, and well, all three of them, this one is probably what I'm going to watch first. So you will see this on What I've Been Watching very soon, if not the next one, because I could watch it before that is finished. Okay, so that is all the Severin stuff. Don't think I have anything else in here. I'm just going to go through a few of my pickups and call it an episode. And this isn't horror related, but it is one of my absolute favorite movies since I was a little kid. And this is the 40th anniversary limited edition gift set, which is an Amazon exclusive. I don't know if you can still get it, to be honest with you. I did just get it recently, but this is it right here. Pretty cool. We got a thermos. And a lunchbox. Which, the funny thing is, my son was like, I claim the lunchbox. I was like, no. It's not. It's a collectible. It's not for that necessarily. We have a nice book. Nice book here with a bunch of nice pictures. A lot I have never seen before. The design of E.T., a whole bunch of different things and articles and interviews with actors. You got Drew Barrymore, of course. You got one of the most underrated actors of all time, in my opinion, Henry Thomas. So great. Now, I did just get this. That's why it's just under pickups. Once I go through it and watch everything, which I will be very soon, I will let you know that too. This is the 4K. Different art from, say, the Blu-ray. It looks like it has, I believe, all the old special features and new special features of 40 years of E.T., the Extraterrestrial. A all-new retrospective on the film and the lasting legacy. And as well as Turner Classic Movies, Classic Film Festival, an evening with Steven Spielberg. The acclaimed director reflects on his career and the making of E.T. for 40 years later. This is the inside. Got a Blu-ray. Got a Blu-ray and a 4K. I know it's a little out of the norm for like my channel, but if you have been watching, you do know that I am a movie fan in general. I may like horror and exploitation the most, but I'm not going to take this out of there. You also get a certificate of authenticity. I don't know how it looks like, makes it a little cloudy. I got number 1903 of 5,550. So that's how many of these that were made. So you probably still can get it, I would assume. I mean, it's and being only available at Amazon. So if anybody's interested, shoot over there. See if you can get one if you really want one, because I know I did. And I think it's been out. I don't know how. It was actually something that wasn't on my radar, and then I just came across it when I was shopping, and I was like, I gotta have it. But yeah, so amazing. Such an amazing. That's the back. That's so nice. But yeah, I could have done a whole video with just ET, but I thought it'd be a cool connection with the ripoff of extraterrestrial visitors. So yeah, the few pickups that I got that I'm gonna go through real quick with you is a lot of older stuff that I really lucked out on. Not too old, but you'll see what I mean. This will definitely be, and I have watched it, and it does look great, but I will go into it a little bit more in comparison and all that on the next what I've been watching. But I did finally get the Suspiria 4K. Love the art. Shout out to Wes Benscotter for always doing amazing art between this and like metal bands and stuff, and death metal bands. It took me a while to get this. This has been out since 2018, and it was one of those, like, I just got the Blu-ray. I don't need this. And at that point, I don't even know if I had 4K, but I might have just. But anyway, finally got it because I got a really good deal on it, and I still got the slipcover, which, if I understand, it seems like Synapse, for the most part, have the slipcover until they do a standard edition. But if you can still get this, you can still get this. The reverse there is the original artwork. All the same special features. But yeah, I will go into that more and into the movie. I know it's one of the most seen Italian movies, but on the next one I've been watching, so look out for that. These next two I really lucked out on because, and I literally just got them. It's actually, I haven't opened this one. I just got this one. But I've been trying to catch up on some of the Vestron releases that I didn't get. And so far, I've been lucking out with the slipcovers because, I mean, this is number 8. And I can't... When did this come out? This came out in 2017. So it's been 6 years. Somehow, I got a slipcover. Amazing. I know their releases, it's the same artwork, there's no reverse, but their releases are so dirt cheap. I mean, at this point, some of them are a little bit more than others because it's been so long, or they're out of print, or whatever. I don't know if they're out of print. But The Gate, it's with Steven Dorff as a kid. Big fan of him. Probably my favorite movie of his is SFW, which actually I will also be talking on my What I've Been Watching because I rewatched that. This has a ton of stuff, as you can see. But I really like these Vestron releases. They're a lot of fun, and they remind me of, like, growing up and everything. I'd open it, but there's nothing on the inside. There's no reverse or anything. But yeah, a little older release. This movie I've never seen in my life, and I just heard about it. Not heard about it. I've heard of it, and I heard a little bit more about it on the... I can't remember which one it was because it's all all together now. But I had watched In Search of Darkness 3, and then I've been rewatching the other one, so I don't remember which one it's on. But The Lair of the White Worm, and I got a slip with that one too, which is really awesome. I can show you the inside, give you an idea of the other one. That's basically... and this one came out kind of around the same time, I think. Yeah, 2017. I lucked out with a slipcover. The funny thing is this image right here... is an image I'm very familiar with, but I didn't know it was this because I have a old Fangoria book, and that's the cover. But yeah, from the director of Altered States and the creator of Dracula. Not sure which Dracula they're referring to, but yeah, it has a bunch of featurettes, interviews, as they usually do with their releases. Their releases are really cool, and like I said, they're one that I don't really complain about when it's just, like, same art or whatever, because I'm a big, like, reverse art guy, but they give you a slipcase. It looks nice. They give you really good special features for the most part, usually, and, yeah, they're just fun. I like the line, and I've been catching up. The next one, however, I didn't luck out on the slipcover. but I'm starting to see like certain ones that I order from certain people, or not people, but companies or whatever, seem to be the ones that have it, but you can't really go by that either. But anyway, this one is Gothic. Not familiar with this whatsoever. It's 1816 set movie. A night of a haunted summer, of five famous friends gather around an ancient skull to conjure up their darkest fears. This also has, I know you can't see through that maiden, well, you can kind of see the blue, but a bunch of special features, of course. Again, not familiar with this, but as usual, most stuff, I'm not going to say everything, but most stuff will end up on what I've been watching. So yeah, so that's that for that stuff and recent pickups. My next video, I have some more pickups, but the main focus is going to be that City of the Living Dead release. So yeah, all right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you would. You can check out my other videos. I started as a podcast, just audio, and then I started doing videos, and I do rankings and what I've been watching, as I mentioned a few times, as well as like pickup videos and unboxings. So yeah, if you want, check that all out. And this has been the Horror of It All Movie Podcast. I'm Eric. Until next time.